Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to this episode of Mission Media Coach. In a previous episode, we looked at how you can easily create a simple video for use on social media using an app called Scooper. The video created for that episode used still images and text to tell the story of Abraham and Isaac. That video can be found on this channel and is linked below. If you haven't watched it yet, I would suggest that you do so, since it details where I found the resources that I used in that video and this one, as well as the production steps followed in the preparation of that video. There was no dialogue or narration track on that video. For the potential use case that we defined for that project, then text was okay. However, what if your target group for your video has a low literacy rate? Then a video that uses text only to deliver much of the content of the message becomes much less effective. There has to be an audio dialogue or narration track if we want to engage non-literate people with video. In this episode, I will create a very similar video to the last time, only with the addition of a narration track. I will use a different app, but again, everything will be done in the one app. For this video, I needed an app that would allow me to use still images, of course, to add a pan and crop or a Ken Burns effect to the images. This is when the video pans or zooms in and out of a still image, creating an element of visual movement. I want to add a text layer. I want to add a music track. I want to record a narration directly into the app. And very importantly, I want to mix the level between the music and the narration track. And of course, there's still a free app. There are a number of possibilities, but I will be using an app called Vlogit. Vlogit is a free app and is available for both Android and iOS. I will use the Android version. I've also created the required free Vlogit account, which unlocks some additional features, most notably the ability to remove the watermark and also to output the final video in HD. I did do a review of Vlogit for the Mobile Ministry Forum website a few months ago, and that review can be seen on the link shown on the screen. I already had the content that I wanted to use from the previous version, as well as the script for the narration. If you want to review how I did that, again, refer back to the Scooper instructional video on the Mission Media Coach channel. One important thing in preparation of the script is to time and note down the duration of each section of the script, which will then be a guide for setting the duration of each image later in this project. The first thing to do with Vlogit is to make sure that the default project settings in the app are the way that you want them to be. To access settings, tap on the hamburger icon on the top left of the screen. There are several settings options shown, and I will just mention the ones that we need to adjust. The first one is photo duration. This is the default duration for a still image on the timeline. The standard is 5 seconds, but each image can be altered separately once you are working on a project. For this project, I set the duration to the maximum of 10 seconds, since I wanted to make sure that when I loaded the images, the video length at that point would be longer than it would be in the end to allow for the narration to be recorded. If the project timeline is not long enough, when you're recording the narration, the app will automatically stop recording if you reach the end of the images, even if you've not yet finished with the narration. The length of the images can be adjusted later to match your narration correctly. Next is photo motion. If you set this to on, it will automatically apply a motion or Ken Burns effect to every image. We do want this effect, but I find that the auto-applied effect often provides too much movement. I prefer a more subtle effect, and so I prefer to turn this off and then apply movement to each individual image. It is more work doing it this way, but I think it produces a better result. Transition duration. I set this to half a second. Set the video resolution to the highest your phone can handle. At this point, Vlogit only does horizontal screen size. It does not do square or vertical, which I think is something lacking in this app. But since the app is really designed to be used by vloggers, the 16:9 horizontal screen makes sense. Tap on the top left arrow to return to the main setting page, and then again to return to the home screen. To begin a new project, tap on the From Library button on the bottom corner of the screen. Go to where your content is stored and import each image that you will want to use in the project by simply tapping on each one. When finished, tap the arrow on the bottom right corner to move to the next screen. The next step will be to record the narration track, since that will be the guide for the duration of each image. You can either use an external microphone plugged into your phone, or just use the built-in mic on the phone. To start recording, tap the audio icon on the bottom menu and then the voiceover icon on the audio screen. It will automatically begin a 3-second countdown and then begin recording. I found I could get a clean recording just using the built-in mic on the Google phone I was using. I held the phone about 6 inches from my mouth as I read the script. The images play through as you are recording, and at this point it doesn't matter that they are not synchronized with the narration. It is just important that you finish recording the script before the end of the images. You will achieve the best results if you're able to record in a quiet, non-reflective environment. If possible, avoid small, square rooms with flat, concrete walls. When you have finished recording the narration, tap the check mark on the right side to go back to the main screen. We will come back to the audio screen later to add music and adjust the balance. Set the transition between each image by tapping on the transition icon on the bottom menu of the main screen. My preference with transitions is always to stay with a simple fade or dissolve. Simpler is almost always better. Tap the transition you want to use. The app will then begin to play the timeline to demonstrate the transition you chose. Tap the Apply All button on the bottom right to apply that same effect to every transition, and then tap the check mark to return to the main edit screen. Now it is time to adjust the duration of each image to sync with the narration, and also to set the size, position, and movement of each image. Tap on the first image on the timeline to enter Clip Edit screen. Tap the duration icon and adjust the slider at the bottom of the screen to approximately the correct duration according to the script notes that you made when preparing the script. Tap the check mark when done. Tap the crop icon and then the Motion Ken Burns slider. Use a 2-finger pinch and grab motion. Adjust the starting size and position of this image. Then tap on the end image to adjust the ending size and position. The app will apply this motion on the image on playback. Subtle, small changes in size and position are best. To see the effect, tap the play button beneath the image at the top of the screen. Adjust the starting and ending size and position as needed. When done, tap the check mark to return to the Clip Edit screen, and then again to return to the main screen. Tap the play button to check the movement and duration of the image against the narration. Repeat this for each of the slides, adjusting the duration for each as needed to keep the images in sync with the narration track. To add text to a slide, use your finger to slide along the timeline to find the place where you want the text to appear. Tap the text icon on the bottom menu to go to the text screen. Choose the style. You can either choose a predefined style or just go with basic text. If this will be for anything other than the main title, then I suggest keeping the style set to none. Tap the text box to enter your text and then resize and reposition as desired. Tap the palette icon to set the colors for the text border or outline, the shadow and the background. Set as desired. Tap the letter A icon to set the font. Choose a font that will be easily read. Tap the letter T if you want to use animation on the text. There are several options, but for this project, again, simple is better. When done with the text, tap the check mark to return to the main text screen. Here you can adjust the timing of when the text begins and ends. Tap on the left and right arrows to change when the text block begins and ends. When done, tap the check mark. Continue that process to add any other text that you want. Next, add music. Position the timeline to the very beginning and tap the audio icon. Tap the music icon and select from either the included music library or from music already on your phone. If the music will be used together with narration or with dialogue, then it's generally better to choose background music that does not include vocals. Tap Add to add the music to your project. Tap the music track to open the audio settings screen. Here you can choose whether to fade music in or out at the start and end, and also adjust the volume. You need to adjust the volume of the music so that there is a good blend between the narration track and the music. Tap the check mark and then play the project to test the balance. Tap either the music track or the narration track again to make further adjustments as needed. When the mix is good, tap the check mark to return to the main screen. Play the project from the beginning and make note of anything that may need to be adjusted. Make those adjustments and play it again. When everything is as you want it, tap the output icon on the top right. The app will automatically begin to create and export the final file according to the options you chose on the settings screen at the beginning. When that is complete, you can either upload directly to your social media channel or, as I prefer, save to your camera roll. I hope this video has been helpful to you as you continue creating your own content for your ministry. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching this episode of Mission Media Coach.